10 killed or wounded a day.
Civilian jet.
You walk towards the river here, once you get to a certain point, it's effectively guaranteed death. We might be the only free foreigners like in this city right now.
So you've got drones kind of like they're present all the time.
Yeah. 250 meters back from the river.
I can see they're good right now.
The flight's actually Russian roulette to see out here.
They know exactly what it is. It's just a matter of time.
Heading out to Kherson for day 2. Will be very interesting.
Obviously, major thing, if there is a casualty, we will be going to Kherson Clinical Hospital. Worst case scenario, back of the truck. If there is a casualty, whoever is injured will be in the armoured vehicle.
Damn. Everything has been hit. Holy. Dragon teeth on the left, anti-tank traps.
Last time I was here, all of this was flooded.
From when they blew the Novikhovka Dam.
Yes.
Yeah,
so it went
all
all the way
flooded.
up to the road here.
Wow.
It was completely immersed in water. Really get hit, they look like they've been shredded like cardboard.
Fucking hell.
Christina says
10 killed or wounded a day.
It's a civilian jet. I think it's we agree on that. What do I know? I think that's close to like what gets reported. Это что, почему вы думаете так? Просто потому что
Есть информация, которую я могу увидеть в новостях.
it's dramatically underreported. That much
Yeah.
is clear.
Yeah.
And so the 10 is based on like what gets reported and what you
Can see.
Yeah.
more and more. I think the extent of you can't get into some of those areas. So you have like Antonovka, you've got people that are just laying there dead.
Can you tell me again, just for the camera, like what you were telling me before about the density, like how it works?
So so you have the city, which let's just oversimplify it, but I would divide it into halves. So and the Russians have declared a red zone in the front half of the city where we are now, basically the southern half of the city. And this is a map that they published and say, okay, if you're in this area, you're a legitimate military target. Everybody get out. If you're there, if you're a person, or if you're a vehicle, we're not, like you're the same as a soldier. Well, if people could leave, they would have left a long time ago. So the only people that are here are people that have no place to go. So that didn't have any effect. But that area, so there's drone attacks all over the city, even, but they're intermittent.
Yes.
And it's still, but in the front half of the city where we are right now, there are drones that are always up there. We have a drone finder in our office. It records over 100 drones every day. You can't necessarily. You're very rarely going to hear them. You're almost never going to see them.
Yeah.
But they're up there.
Yeah.
But where we are right now, at the moment,
The red zone.
correct. But where we are in that red zone, so the red zone is.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of the red zone.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't, like, if you walked outside right now, and we will walk to the office, we'll probably, the density is not, they're not like, you're not necessarily going to encounter one. But
Yeah.
as you start to walk from where we are, this way, towards
Yeah.
the river,
Towards the river.
you go, they're just,
Yeah.
so,
And the river's a kill zone.
the river's the front.
Yeah. It's very dangerous.
It's 500 meters wide, and you get down this way, and the prevalence, the density of the FPV drone, ultra grenade, typically it's flying high enough that you're not going to see it or hear it, and the civilian never knows. It just picks out and just
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah. Wow.
Vehicles are preferred targets and the mass transport. So at least once a week,
Yeah.
and 2 days ago, there's still limited mass transit. So the favorite is once a week you just have a full bus of civilians. That's 10.
So what happened 2 days ago?
A grenade was dropped on a bus. 500. I mean, in the district next. That's commonplace here. Sadly.
Do you know how many people were casualties?
Well, what gets reported is that right away there was 1 dead and 10 injured. But we all know here that that's in 3 days. That's going to be 5 dead and 5 injured, and that's what it is now. But
Yeah.
the way it gets written is,
Yeah. Wow. It's fucking crazy, man.
it really is.
Oh, just the part where you said once you get past a certain point, it's guaranteed death.
Yeah, you walk towards the river here. Once you get to a certain point, it's effectively guaranteed death.
Yeah.
We're going to stop short of that point.
Yeah, of course.
We're going to stop
Yeah.
well short of that point.
Sounds good to me.
And again, you're right now we're in the red zone
Yeah.
where every civilian and
We're a legitimate target, apparently.
correct. So
Yeah.
safe
Yeah.
means something different here.
Yeah, I know. Wow. Wow.
How you SIM? You have SIM card. Your
Yes.
SIM card.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've got a
It's,
Ukrainian SIM card.
Ukrainian.
We're artillery range, right? So you're going to get
Yeah.
basically you're put. I mean, like you're going to leave, and everybody in that area is going to get drilled with mortar.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
If I had my phone on.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they see that it's an Australian SIM card or an American SIM card sort of thing, or American phone, and
Western, whatever.
Yeah,
I
Western,
mean, it's-
and then they
it's,
just-
and you're gonna jump off the grid because there's like, we might be the only 3 foreigners like in the city right now. So,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
that's
That's why
just-
I'll literally leave it in the car. Literally leave it in the car. Yeah. Let's do that.
This would have been different last week. Let's say this is the river right here. Okay. And then this is downtown. We're in the red. Okay. Here's where we are. Okay. Generally, when the closer you get from where, so you've got drones kind of like all
Yeah.
they're present all the time.
Yeah.
But the density doesn't guarantee that you're going to run into one.
Yeah.
But as you go towards the river, the density.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so, and this changes very quickly, and it gets more dense and more dense, so that
Yeah.
it doesn't. At some point, the density is such that, like,
Yeah.
the chance.
They're gonna see you. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. It makes sense.
That would be what I was referring to.
Yeah,
That
gotcha.
doesn't mean that we're not gonna.
Yeah. I
like,
get you.
You're. I do this every day to.
We're not
kinda,
gonna take crazy risks. Yeah.
So up here, like, okay, you catch a seam, but like, okay, at some point,
Yeah. And you hit the river, you're dead. Basically.
we're not going anywhere. near
Yeah.
that.
I know. Yeah.
Well, I mean, right now you're less than 1 kilometer from the river.
Wow. They basically just drop grenades on people, and they drop it on buses, and they're getting about 20 wounded and killed every single day in this area. So we're walking through this area, and we're just getting footage basically, and apparently I'm the first journalist in a while, apart from Callan, to come to the red zone. So we were just noting, there's about 3-4, there's people on the street, there's babushkas and everything, but Ben, you say this is the edge of civilization basically.
Yeah, a couple blocks ahead will be. It'll look different.
Yeah, so civilians don't go there.
First of all, like, anybody that can get out of here has gotten out of here. 90%
Yeah.
of the people have left. The only people that are here that have, they have no place else to go. Right here, the level of drone infestation is such that you can do what we're doing and walk short distances. But when you go up ahead, trust me,
Yeah.
you'll look around and, like, you won't see a single human being. And at that point, like,
Yeah, I got you.
you stay in this. It's nothing really safe here by Western standards, but the safest it gets is to be in your home. If you're home, you're not going to be chased by a drone,
Yeah.
and you're going to have protection from the daily diet of artillery.
Yeah.
So people stay indoors. It's a good idea.
Yeah. You're probably right, man, that 3 guys walking is probably bit of a target.
It's not sort of my general approach, but we'll be okay because
Yeah.
we got a good plan. I feel
Yeah.
like no one really knows how many people are here. It's at least
Yeah.
50,000 people.
Yeah.
There's no official statistics in a place like this.
Yeah.
You know, we have a fire department, but well, there you go. Yeah. You have a police department, you have paramedics, but those starting, I don't know if they'd respond right here, but when you get up front there a little bit, they can't come. So you just don't have.
You just hear the. Wow, you hear it. It's like thunder. Yeah, yeah. You hear it like thunder, the artillery.
So you just don't have. You don't have a reliable. You don't have reliable data for the same reason that there's probably not reliable data at the front. Like it's the front.
Yeah. So
straight down the road that way is the what I call the Dnieper River, but locally is known as the front, pretty much because it is.
I just want to know. We just passed like. I mean.
That's how you drive if you're going to drive here, especially if you're.
Wow. Please just
go. It's like a Formula One race because they're special targets.
Wow. I was just gonna say we passed like literally just like an old harmless babushka. Russia says that every single person in this zone, the red zone, is a soldier.
Yeah, I mean,
including the fucking babushka.
I mean, I'm obviously not, and I don't know.
Yeah.
My friends and neighbors are not across the street.
But I mean, you just literally see civilians everywhere, and they claim that every single person here is a soldier, basically.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's 50,000 civilians here, and also, I think they know that, so you can see all that stuff on drones.
Yeah, they post it on Telegram.
And that's about it.
It's just sick because you see these old ladies just walking down the street, and yeah, according to Russia, every single person here is a justified target because it's the red zone.
You know, according to Russia, like the world is flat. This is a legitimate question. Like the common.
Morning.
So the local practice.
Aha, good day.
Good day.
The local practice.
So right now, this is the central market of Kherson, and this is
the front.
This is the front, and it's all just been blown out. And so you say this is basically like sort of like a borderline of civilization. You go past this point, and it becomes it's a lot more dangerous.
We'll start to, I think, very rapidly see the rate of decline will be pretty precipitous because.
Yep.
I mean, yes, we can go down.
Yeah, the quiet here it's pretty disturbing.
So like, one thing that like I just love to do is kind of like in some place like right here.
Yeah.
I think we can push on ahead, but
It's kind of scary because they literally just drop grenades from above, so you're kind of like looking over your shoulder a bit. It's a pretty fucked up way to live.
this is the most naked we'll be on the floor.
No, people literally used to live here. It is so quiet out here. When you're getting close to the river, it is so quiet. And a lot of civilians do not come around here because it is so dangerous. Dude, it's kind of zombie apocalypse vibes out here because it's completely deserted. You just see stray cats. Civilians don't come this close to the river. We're a couple hundred meters from the river now, and this is basically like a death zone. And you're just always constantly looking overhead because the Russians will just literally just drop a grenade and they kill people. 15 to 20 casualties a day. Civilians, all civilians. How far are we from the river now? About 500 meters. Wow. You were saying this is the square that the homeless tend to frequent? Yeah.
Park, we'll walk past it on the way back.
Yeah, got you. just artillery in the distance, like thunder. Sandbagged windows. Interesting. That was a short artillery.
You know, some of these businesses, still have a business open.
Hello, cat. Bye, friend.
Avoid this street at all costs. It's
Right.
gorgeous with drones.
Yeah.
But like this is like I guess kind of one of the most fashionable kind of boulevards. But there's always drones.
Yeah.
400 meters, probably like 300.
Wow. 300 meters from the river.
And this is going to be our left. And
Yeah, and then we start turning back.
this will be the closest we get. We're going to parallel.
Yeah.
This is coming around.
Cracked glass everywhere. Interesting.
For the drones, so you have the drones. There would be some. This stuff would get cleaned up. It would never the rate of cleanup would not match the rate of destruction.
So someone. Oh, holy shit! That was loud. That was loud.
It's not what I noticed.
What's coming up with the dogs?
I know something fucking dead. I feel like that's
The river about 300 meters down there.
there's the kind of shots if you had like a zoom.
Yeah. Oh, I feel bad for the babushka. The dog jumped out at me. I feel bad. It wasn't my fault. Damn.
I left them behind. At this point, they're all starving. They die. They're very aggressive to the humans because they're starving. They're gonna
That's
die.
so sad.
There's not enough food for the humans, so it's just the way it is. But it's
Fucking sad.
they're very, very aggressive.
Wow, this building's fucked. Wow, look at the stairs. You can oh gee, you got the pockmarked. Wow. That's the river down there.
Yeah.
250 meters back from us. The river.
It might be less, but definitely not more than
Yeah, and this is like literally a kill zone, so we're gonna be pretty fast.
that. So we're on Ocean Cove now, which is the main drag. And,
Wow, look at that. Yep.
like, you'll have a good shot. Just, you ready?
Yeah, yep. Oh wow, you can see the river behind. That's the river. And that's the death zone. Fuck. Fucked up.
They just
Wow, there's mines.
But like,
Okay. Fucking hell. So you hear the artillery in the background. There are mines down below and drones above.
you know what I mean? Like, you don't know what the fuck they, and all of a sudden one day I'm just like, holy shit, what the hell's that started recently. It kind of creeps up. This is Shevchenko Park. This is where the there's a home. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, okay.
Wow.
They used to have a camp right here, but they had to move back on account of drones. So,
Wow. Dude, it's kind of like I Am Legends area, you know? You hear the dogs in the distance, very few humans.
definitely like eerie, right?
Oh, it's eerie as fuck, seriously. You just literally hear the booms in the background. Oh, stray cats.
You guys want to meet the homeless real quick? Just up where, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the cats. Yeah, fuck.
I don't know what your title is, if you're the ringleader of the homeless, but that's Sophia. And up here, up ahead. I'm basically like an Uber for like a. She places orders. I'll ask her what she needs, and the next time I can come down, I'll bring you. Okay. Как вы, привет. So the moment.
Все нормально. Все, спасибо.
У вас есть все, что надо?
Есть.
Есть чай?
Вот, да.
Спасибо.
Спасибо. Все, Бен, благодаря Бену все есть. Да.
All right, they say they're good right now.
That's good to hear.
Вода? Еще вы...
Да, есть.
Ну, мы здесь на пункте незламности на Суворова берем водичку.
И где находится это? Я не
Это
знаю.
недалеко, ну вот это получается.
Улица
Это
Суворова.
Комсомольская, а вот следующее вот это направо получается, это Суворова, это 16-я школа.
Так
Пункт
что
незламности.
недалеко.
Недалеко,
Да.
недалеко.
They have to walk and get water, and there's like some kind of point. That,
Yeah.
But anyway, it's right there. Okay.
So you can see the walked paths.
Well,
Wow.
Мы тоже любим Бена. Мы любим Бена. Да. Бена любим.
Хорошо.
To meet you.
Я буду
Thank you.
завтра или послезавтра.
Обязательно.
Это лучше сейчас, да? Это чуть-чуть тепло.
Ой, да,
It's
хорошо.
warm, it's
Это
cold.
погода, да.
Хорошо.
Но с субботы на воскресенье такая здесь атака
Well, it was
была.
cold too very recently. So
Wow. Oh my god. Staying out here in the cold and oh my gosh.
Мы тоже.
Хорошо.
So the Russians left personnel mines in this park. Wow.
No.
Yeah.
They put them in shells. And
Yeah.
They lob them across, and they explode and distribute that way.
Yeah.
Right now, they started very close to the river, then they're up here, and they're a little bit, but that's how I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah. So it's sort of like cluster bomb type stuff. Damn, man, the abandoned playground equipment is very eerie. Bye, beautiful cats. Oh, they're cute. They are cute.
It's like good luck to you. Like sitting,
Near the riverbank, yeah.
my eyes were open to how many people were down there, and that's kind of why we started the free store,
Yeah.
just to serve this population. We weren't kind of like thinking of serving the whole city. You know what I mean?
Wow. And so now it's 900 people out of potentially 50,000.
Yeah, subsequent to that, the state assistance really diminished, was turned off for a lot of people, and now people come from all over the city because they have no place else to go, and that wasn't the plan. So we've had to operate on a way bigger scale. This road, oh bullshit. I mean, like
Yeah, 1 in 10 chance of getting a grenade dropped on you on that road.
if you asked me how many times you drive that road for 2 kilometers before you have a maximum, like I'd say
Yeah.
10 maximum.
Wow. Fucking hell. It's like actually Russian roulette to be out here.
It is exactly what it is. It's just a matter of time. This is a cob.
Yeah.
That is not garden variety yet. That's not a mortar.
Yeah.
That's a cluster munitions on the ground.
Where? Whoa. Those are cluster munitions.
Yeah, most likely a fragmentation from there's so many holes you can't tell.
What was this building before the war?
I can't.
Yeah. It's completely wrecked.
You know, this is kind of like your subordinates, like this is the city center. This was all. You got government. You know.
You can see the
offices,
fragmentation.
You know, the Naval Academy up here. So,
Yeah. Was that the Naval Academy?
I don't think so.
It had a big like anchor out the front. Yeah. It would explain why the whole thing's fucking wrecked. Wow.
Maritime, something.
Yeah. So we've been walking around in the red zone. The red zone of Kherson is the zone that Russia has publicly announced to be like a free fire zone. They consider every single person in this area, whether you're a babushka or a child or a homeless person, they consider every single person to be a justified military target. And so every single day with drones, they're dropping grenades on people and they're getting about 15 to 20 casualties per day. And just 2 days ago, they dropped one on a bus and there were 5 dead, 5 wounded. So it's a dangerous area.
Once a week. You know,
Once a week.
Once a week.
And it's pretty eerie out here. You hear artillery in the distance. You hear the booms. There's unexploded munitions around, destroyed buildings, homeless people in the parks, abandoned. Everything's almost abandoned. It's like Iron Legend, like almost like all human habitation has basically ceased in this zone. So we were about 200 meters from the river, the Dnieper River, And yeah, on the riverbank it is basically like a death zone, like a kill zone basically. If you're on the riverbank, you're dead. So there's a little bit of a risk to go there, but yeah, this is real life. This is a Ukrainian city. It's been liberated. It spent time under Russian occupation, and there was systematic rape, looting, murder, executions. The Ukrainians liberated it, and to punish them for liberating their own city, the Russians drop grenades every single day. They call it the human safari. They post this stuff on their Telegram channels. They love it. It's so sadistic. And they literally drop grenades on old grandmas, and people fucking die. So it's fucking... When you're here, you encounter the real face of evil, I think. Kherson, I love you, will you marry me? Wow, I like that, I like that. I remember this. So the Russians came in here, this is the central square, and people protested. I remember seeing the footage 3 years ago, fuck man.
Correct. And the Russians.
Gee, it is so... It's so...
Civilians as they needed to crush that little rebellion.
It was literally right here.
Right here.
Wow.
And then, of course, when the city was liberated, scenes of jubilation for...
I remember I saw that too, all here. Wow, the Freedom Square. Let's see this. Wow. So, those photos here, what does it mean?
Some of the civilians that lost their lives dying in the
These photos are civilians who were executed.
right there was put there by me. Sign there. That kind of like gave rise to a conversation about like how to help the rest of the people.
Yeah. 3 years ago, the Russians were right here. It's fucking crazy.
First 9 months of the war, Russian flag flew atop that building.
Wow. The first 9 months of the war, Russian flag above that building in Freedom Square. Crazy.
This is the capital of Russian war criminality. This is the one big city occupied by the Russians, and they perpetrated systemic atrocities and war crimes against the civilian population, systemically raped, tortured, and executed. God knows how many. People still don't know, but this is a devastated population.
Johnny Howard. We're here from Kherson. John Howard, we say hello. Prime Minister Johnny. Hello, mate.
I mean, the percentage of the population that was either A, a victim of a war crime themselves, B, had somebody in their close circle, like family and friends, a victim of a war crime, or C, witnessed a war crime, that percentage of the population is, I think, stunning.
Yeah.
The scope and scale of the criminality that was perpetrated here, which is different because it was methodical and systematic.
Yeah.
And because of its proximity to the war, no one really knows the full body count yet.
Wow.
The common method of torture, is like hooking up the electrodes to the male genitalia. So people aren't like super eager to talk about that.
Yeah, of
like
course.
That's, if you have your like balls shredded, basically.
Because obviously it's a humiliation tactic. Yeah. I just heard a drone probably around the block.
Kind of, yeah. So it's back in the good old days of artillery. You had like a launch, which kind of gives you.
And you hear the
heads up.
whistle.
Yeah. Now it's some big ass explosion, like kind of feels like right behind you.
Yeah,
That's
we
a different.
just heard a massive bomb go off. Basically, I don't know, a couple streets away. It's crazy.
It's very
Can get products, all products what we have. It's basic products.
Yeah.
It's flour, macaroni, oil, cookies with mineral, with vitamins. It's it's a candle.
Sanitary.
All yes. It's like this.
Yes.
So it's
Very
all
basic.
Products, yes. Yeah. It's people who live in riverbank in coastal zone,
Yeah.
and people who live in city center. These people don't have nothing, power, water, heat. These people don't have support and help from government. So, and now city closed for the foreigners. You know about this.
Yeah.
And we only international humanitarian organization resident full time in Kherson.
So at the moment, Kherson is closed to foreigners. People are just literally not allowed in if you're not a Ukrainian citizen living in the country. And this is the only international humanitarian
Resident full time in Kherson, yes.
Yeah. And so they're feeding people who otherwise would not get food would not get fed, and 900 people in maybe a city of 50,000 people. So that's one in 50 people almost are being fed out of this small room. It's such amazing. Yeah, wow.
So Svetlana help for people get these products, do photo with them. So it's very wonderful. It's very wonderful.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
I
please.
want to show you. It's glove.
Oh,
Medicine.
Oh, yes.
Medicine like ibuprofen.
Yeah.
Ibuprofen,
Medicine.
paracetamol. It's basic medicine,
Yeah.
but people can't buy this because first business blown up.
Yeah.
It's every day. It's a minimum 300 shelling in Kherson every day, and now it's FPV drones with grenades.
Yeah.
So business blown up, close, don't work, and for people, it's people can't get money because they don't
Can't
have
work. Yeah.
and people who want buy can't because it's closed.
Yeah.
So medicine, it's very important for people.
Yes.
So we have this, and it's gold.
Yeah.
In Kherson, it's 50,000 people.
Yeah.
And most it's old people.
Yeah.
Old who have something difficult with.
They can't
health.
move.
Yes, and they can't buy this. It's very big cost for
Of
this
course,
product.
yes.
So
The hygiene
it's-
products,
it's-
yes.
hygiene products, shampoo, soap, wipes for people, and Pampers
Yes.
and medicine.
Of course,
and
yes.
Basic, something like this.
Yeah.
Something like 10 candles you can see. Something like this.
Yeah.
It's very easy because people
Tesco chicken curry.
people don't have water, power, and heat.
Yeah.
And if people want something cook, something in,
Yeah.
it's very easy.
Yes.
You don't need water, you don't need power, you don't need something like that.
Yes.
It's very easy.
Yes.
So it's very important for these people.
Yes.
Uh,
Wow.
And candle.
Oh
If
yes.
you, if you don't have power, it's gold too.
Yeah,
Gold.
yeah.
Flashlights, maybe power bank, something like this for people. It's cookies. It's wipes you can see.
Yes.
It's
Wow.
like macaroni, something.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
macaroni.
All basic staples.
Yes, it's basic.
Yes,
It's
yes.
basic. People don't have nothing.
Yeah.
So it's gold for these people.
Oh, we saw homeless people in the park, and my God, to live homeless in Kherson in the cold with the war going on, that's so hard.
So hard. so
Yeah,
hard.
yeah.
Especially when you can understand drone hunt for you
Yeah.
every day. Every day. In the coastal zone, it's small house, and like I say, it's old people.
Yeah.
Yes, it's your home. Yes, it's your courtyard, but you can't go in courtyard because you have FPV drones.
Yeah.
And it's 1 second. It's
Yeah.
1 second. Drop
1
the
second.
net.
Yeah.
And it's if you stay in street outside 5 minutes, it's very big risk for your life.
Yeah, yeah.
So we have question: how people can get basic products for life if they don't have support and help from government and different organizations?
Yeah.
How people can live if they don't have work
Yeah.
and they live in a red zone? You
Yeah.
can't move, you can't go.
Yes.
So it's a very big question, and especially these people need help.
Yeah, of course.
And it's unique situation in Kherson because Kherson all unique because 9 months Russian occupiers. It's very important moment in life local people.
Yeah.
Because in Russian occupiers took everything from people. It's money, it's car, it's home, it's business, it's voice, it's health.
Yes.
So after that, people who live in Kherson don't know about normal life, stability after that. Why? Because we have a river, Dnipro, it's a front,
Yeah.
a line front, and
Even as we're talking, you hear artillery in the back.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's now.
Yeah.
It's every day.
Yeah.
It's like I say,
Never stops.
300. Today maybe it's more.
Yeah.
300. It's
Yeah.
very activity. Yes,
Yeah.
we have period like that. Very maybe I don't know 3 or 4 day. It's very intensive. It's very close. It's very very dangerous. So yes, and people need care, people need love, people need hope, people need light.
Yes.
And for these people, very important to understand they're not alone. And we only, like I say, we only international humanitarian organization resident full time in Kherson. And when people come in a free store, and the next room you can see flags. And for these people, it's hope.
Of course.
Because people live at the front. People
Yeah.
don't have nothing.
Yeah.
And for these people, very important understand they're not alone.
Yeah.
Because all world
Cares.
cares, yes,
Yeah.
and know about them.
Yeah.
How difficult, how scary, grave, helplessness.
Yes.
All people know about you. You're
Yeah.
important. I'm with you. I love you. I support you. All be good. All be good. I know how difficult it's period in your life for you. All good. Be with you. It's very. This words is very important for these people.
Absolutely.
And in Free Store we have people cry because grave, and people cry because joy.
Yeah.
Because people want give for you life history about Russian occupation, about life in red zone, in coastal zone, riverbank. People just want talk with you.
Yeah.
Talk
Yeah.
with you, share with you
Yes.
history, life. So because people every day lose close people,
Yeah.
it's very big grave. It's very bad feels for these people. You already have nightmare in your life, but
Yeah.
if you lose your close people, it's more.
Yeah.
It's more heavy for you, and you have very big stress.
Yeah.
Very big stress because all situation in Kherson, artillery, mortars, tank fire.
Yeah.
You don't have support, and now you lose your close people,
Yes.
and you just 1 second, and you lose your home.
Yeah.
If you grenade, blown up, fire, and you don't have all stuff what you have for your whole life. It's a document, money, maybe albums with photo with your
Yes.
family. It's something important for you. I don't know. So people lose this.
Yeah.
And, people want to share, and it's place for these people. And I'm very grateful for all people in all world, especially for you, because you show this. You show true.
Yeah.
You show war crime. You show
Yes.
how dangerous. You show how important do what you do, your work,
Yes.
us work,
Yes.
and it's human life.
Yes. Absolutely.
Human life and
Yes.
sale.
Yes.
So,
Wow.
so I'm very happy. I'm very happy because in my life I meet Ben.
Yes.
So it's,
Yeah.
yes. My grandma live in coastal zone in
Yeah.
riverbank. And 1 year ago we have blown up neighbor home.
Her neighbor's home was blown up.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, and neighbor died. Yes,
Wow.
because it's artillery, grads, you know.
Yes.
And
Next to your grandmother's home.
yes,
Wow.
yes, and in home my grandma window blown up, so my grandma don't have a window, and for my grandma need help humanitarian, and I have business card ban, and for me it's very big shock.
Yeah.
Because I can understand where because it's front, it's very dangerous, and it's a special situation, special and unique situation in Kherson, in city, and for me it's very big shock. Foreigners, American in Kherson,
Yeah.
live?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
And for me it's very big shock.
Yes.
And I call him. We have met his health.
Yeah.
It's basic food, medicine, and hygiene. Basic, no special. It's basic for your life.
Yeah.
And after that, I can understand and how big love him for my people.
Yes.
How it's very important. He in Kherson,
Yes.
like symbol from all world, especially from USA,
Yeah.
in Kherson, for me and for my people. And
Yes.
I can see very big and kind heart.
Yes.
And now we do what we do, but
Yes.
it's not planned.
Is it okay if I ask you potentially what life was like under occupation? I know it's a very hard question.
After occupation?
Oh, during the occupation.
In
So
occupation?
yeah, I know it's a very hard question though, so.
It's wet back in your. It's wet and black, back in your head. It kills, torture in basements. Russian occupiers. It's dictatorship. You can't have your voice. You can't do what you want to do. You can't move in city what you want. You can't have news and something. You can't have mobile connection. Ukrainian mobile connection. Yeah. It's everyday control.
Yes.
What you do, where you do, who you. You will be do what I say you.
Yes.
It's my rules, and it's very heavy for people.
I know. Yes.
It's very heavy for people, and we very wait the occupation. People died in basements. Very big number of people about life we don't know because these people Russian occupiers took and left. So it's very heavy.
Many missing.
Thank you. But we're strong, and especially we won't leave.
Yeah.
We won't leave. We want freedom.
Yes.
When Russian occupiers start, we try in this city. It's no your country, it's us country, and we Ukrainian people won't live free.
Yes.
But Russian occupiers do everything and kills, and people don't talk about this because it's very big risk for your life. If you have Ukrainian passport, okay, go with us. We have question for you, and if I don't like your question or your answer, we kill you, we torture you, we murder you. Sexual violence, old woman, young girl. It's not. In Russian occupiers, we don't have rules. We don't have normal government. It's dictatorship and it's kills.
Yes.
So it's very heavy. It's people like have feels helplessness.
Yes.
Heavy, grave, very big risk because you every moment worry about your family, your children, your parents, about yourself, and you don't know what my step next, how I can do and stay alive. what I can do. So people will stay every time in home. If you if you need something for your life, food, medicine, or something like that, and you go, I don't know, in market or something different place, it's very big risk for you because in Kherson you can see Russian occupiers, and they can stop. You go with us. Don't question. Don't answer. You don't know. So FSB. So it's very difficult moment. It's very difficult, and now in history it's very important period because Kherson it's not like normal city in all Ukrainian. It's only big city who know what is Russian occupiers, and so long period of time. It's 9 months.
Yes.
It's 9 months. 9 months, and you just wait. What you wait, or when you can be free, or when you kill.
Yes.
Russian occupiers killed you.
Yes.
So Russian occupiers took everything from people.
Yes.
It's very difficult.
Wow, thank you for telling us.
Life, freedom, voice, so all what they do, all what they can, they do.
What would be your one message to the people watching this from around the world? So what do you want to tell people from Kherson? What do you want people to know?
We won't live. We won't have normal life. We don't want something special. We want live normal life. We want safe. We want freedom. We want victory.
Yeah.
Because it's not people. It's nightmare with life. You know how close we now for Russian occupiers. It's not normal life.
Yes.
It's everyday cry people. It's everyday grave. It's everyday stress, and people just won't live.
Yes.
And now, how all people in all world can help for my people, for Khersonian people, it's basic. It's basic for life like that.
Yes.
Food, medicine, hygiene. It's basic, but it's hope for these people. First, it's
Yes.
for body.
Yes.
It's for body. People can live because it's body, and it's for morale.
Yes.
It's for morale. They're not alone, and they can. They have hope.
Yes.
Hope.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very
No,
much.
no, thank you.
Thank you for your passion in Kherson,
Yeah.
and I'm very grateful for this. It's your
No, of
time,
course.
it's your interest, it's your resources. It's your risk for your life. It's for me, and I can see this. It's hope
Thank you.
because something from world won't know about the situation.
Yeah.
So I can understand they're not alone. This is very important for me and for my people.
Absolutely. We came all the way from Australia.
I'm
Thank
very
you.
grateful.
You want to just very briefly explain how many people you're feeding, what it costs each month, what people from the rest of the world can do to try help?
Yeah, so World Aid Runners here, it's our mission to sustain the human lives that can't sustain themselves until they can sustain themselves again. Even if the war ended right now, that would be a long period of time. The humanitarian situation is not going to change right away, so we keep them alive by giving them things that they need to live: basic food, basic medicine, basic hygiene, and basic warmth in the form of clothing. We've had to play a way bigger role than we anticipated, so we would love investments in humanity, as I call it, and people can go to www.worldaidrunners.net or reach out to me directly, Ben Duzing, co-founder and director, and we'd love to have the support. These people stay alive if and only if humanity steps up. Thankful to everybody that has, but we'd love to have the support.
To feed 900 people each month, which is almost 1/50th of the population, how much does it cost you guys?
if I can answer a slightly different question, it's $11 US gets one person a month. The food, the medicine,
That's
the hygiene.
perfect.
$11 saves a human life, keeps a human life alive for a month. Gives them food, medicine, hygiene, and clothing through the free store. So for a little
$11 US.
$11 US.
I just wanted to say, guys, $11 US, an $11 US donation will basically be enough to keep somebody alive in Kherson. This could be an elderly grandmother. We literally just were walking through the red zone and we saw elderly babushkas in the park, and they're literally only surviving on this stuff. $11 US, 1 month saves a life. So if you can donate, if you're a follower and you can donate, please, thank you.